Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in to our YouTube page again. It is me, Andrew the Collector, and I'm coming at you with probably my most competitive deck I have put together right now, Trickstars. We have a Trickstar deck profile up earlier, but one, it's outdated, and two, it's not focused on the competitive aspect of the deck. And I wanted to bring a deck profile that showcases the more competitive aspect of it. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Alright, so obviously we have the three Candinas. When she's normal summoned, she's basically the Stratos of the deck. The spine of the deck would have to be Lycaris.
Needs to be limited.
Anyway, so every time your opponent adds a card to their hand, no matter from where it is, you burn them for 200 points. And if you have a Trickstar monster on your side of the field, you can activate her effect to return to the hand and special summon her, and it's a quick effect, so you can activate whenever you want.
And most importantly, not a hard once per turn.
Which goes great with Lilybell. So let's say you have multiple copies of Lycaris in the graveyard. Summon Lycaris, attack directly. Her effect will add Lycaris effect to bounce her back. With her effect, she gets special summoned out. She can attack again and just keep looping that until you run out of Lycarises in your graveyard. Alright, and that's it for the Trickstar monsters. So next we have 3 Eater of Millions. It's a really good anti-meta card. Really easily summonable since you have free space in your extra deck. And unfortunately it's a target removal, but it's non-destruction and it banishes face down, but it's still a good out to a lot of things. And now obviously we have the hand traps, we have Ash Blossom, we have 3 Ghost Ogres, and we have 3 Reapers. I run this in the main because you don't really utilize too much extra deck space, so you have a lot of space in there for Reaper targets, which is why I run her, so it's better to be safe than sorry. And if you're not going up against a deck that utilizes the extra deck a lot, you can always side her out for round 2 or even round 3.
She's really good before the Trickstar combo comes up.
And if you want to run a budget of this and you can't afford the Ash Blossoms, then you can always trade them out for anything else that you might have, but yeah, hand traps are obviously a must in this deck no matter what it is.
They're must in the game right now, which is part of the problem with it.
And speaking of hand traps, we have 2 Honest because they're all light. I know this is at 3, but I think 2 is just fine because it can get a little too cloggy, which is a little, off for Honest, but,
Yeah, you don't have Ash Blossoms with that third Honest.
And we have 1 Max C because it's Max C, and 1 Gofu because it's for links and for synchros with this deck. Now on to the spells. We have 3 Trickstar Light Stage. When it's activated, you can add any Trickstar monster from your deck to your hand. And every time a battle damage or effect damage is inflicted to your opponent, burn them for 200. And a lot of people don't utilize her last effect, which is good back row removal.
Because people don't play back row anymore.
Then 3 Terraforming because we like 6 copies of Light Stage.
Why not?
And we have the best back row removal in the game, 3 Cosmic Cyclone. I main this because back row can really hurt this deck, and banishing them is probably one of the best ways to get rid of it.
And you usually don't want to discard them for Twin Twisters too, right?
Next we have 3 Scapegoats because it's Scapegoat, it's good for protection, but most of all we like it to do it for links because it's a first turn firewall and a single Borreload. I'll get more into that when we get to the extra deck. 2 Pod Desires. I'm a little iffy on this one because you can run the risk of banishing a lot of your stuff, but as Scott said in previous videos, as long as you get to all your main combos first before you activate this, it can be a good +2. And then board removals, obviously. And then onto the traps, we only run 3 because this is all you need. I'm pretty sure that this is going to get hit on the next ban list, so if this does get hit, or if Lycaris get hits, or whichever card in this deck gets hit, I'll do an update for it, but as of now I just want to get this out there. But until then, I'm going to run 3. You should never run less than 3. Now on to the extra deck. We have 1 Holy Angel, I do run this because you can get it up to a pretty good beat stick and it's good protection. It did come into a clutch here and there, so yeah. And then for the generic links, we have Firewall Dragon because there's a good loop. There's a good OTK with this, Lilybell and Lycris, which I'll get to at the end. One Deco Talker, one Proxy Dragon, because, you know, scapegoats. And then we have one Mrs. Radiant and two Link Spider because you get Scapegoat out, you can make these, and then you link them to get Borolo Dragon. And now for our Reaper targets, we have Invoked, Burning Abyss, Spiral, Pendulum, ABC, Toad, and Omega. You can have Omega be a Reaper target, but you can also get out with a Lycris and a Gofu if you're able to get them out. But it's also good. But I mainly run these in here because I feel like these decks are the ones that would hurt Trickstars the most. So yeah, good Reaper targets there.
Yeah, especially because Toad take your reincarnation.
Yeah. And now for the side deck. Two King Leonidas. This is probably the best side card.
Right?
Yeah. This is probably the best side card for Trickstars because if he's in your hand and you take effect damage, he's on an automatic special summon 2k beat stick, and while he's on the field, you take no more effect damage. So, yeah, and unless they have Honest or they get out their Holly Angel, there's no way that they can get over this. Oh, also if they have board wipes too. And then we have 3 Chaos Hunter because fuck anything that removes, evenly matched, Trickstars or Infernoids.
Yeah, it's also good for the mirror match.
Anti-spells because fuck any Pendulum deck. 2 Rivalry of the Warlords. It's still a good floodgate to this day. Don't think I would want to take it out for anything, but if you guys have any suggestions on what to take out, maybe for Gozen match or maybe even the new floodgate trap that came out in the Extreme Force.
There can be only one!
2 Dimensional Barriers and once Cave of the Super Ancient Organism. This is really good against ABCs and any decks that utilizes high-level special summon monsters. And then, of course, 1 Evenly Matched because I only have the 1. If I had more, I would probably take out others in here because it's a really good must in this format. And that is it. Let me show you the quick combo for the OTK. So all you need, and you can thank Simo for this because he's the one who I think came up with it, or he got it from somewhere, but I got it from him.
I think Jerome the Kale, they were talking about it in the YCS or something. An OTK with Firewall Dragon, what a surprise!
Yeah, what a surprise. So long story short, you use Scapegoat to get out Firewall Dragon, and then you need to have Lilybell in your hand and Lycris in your hand or in the graveyard, doesn't matter. You summon, let's see, it was summon out Lilybell. You attack directly, use this effect to get Lycris out. Very important to special summon her to the zone beneath Firewall. You crash into a monster that is 1700 or higher. She dies. Firewall's effect to special summon Lilybell. Lilybell's effect to attack directly again. If you have Light Stage on your hand, that's 1,000 for each attack. And just continue that loop and just keep going for that until you eventually kill your opponent that way. And that is it for the deck profile. If you have any comments or suggestions on how you would change up the deck, please feel free to leave comments. And like I said, the ban list should be coming out relatively soon, but again, this is Konami, so we don't know. They could come out maybe in May, who knows, but...
Yeah, they might. I'm predicting March.
March or whoever. But until then, this is the deck that you probably should run, or if you want to run it your way, then go ahead and do that. But until then, please like, comment, subscribe, and we will catch you guys later.